And hello. Welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast. It's Monday. We're here for some football. I've brought a lot of friends with me today, lots and lots of friends with me today, because I need some help. I generally need some help in life in general. So I've called upon my bestest buds, particularly as there's not a lot of football going on actually this week. So we need some help in terms of talking about lots of football. But of course, how I like to bring people into the chat. I love a bit of pod limericks. Josh loves a song. So, of course, to my left, the one and only Shah is here. An investor is here to save Rochdale. Hopefully, his check's waiting in the mail. On Thursday, Char loves to dabble with her lower league rabble where the entertainment will never fail. Charlotte, how you doing?
I love that. I'm really good, thank you. I don't know why you'd rely on me for help, though, after Thursday's episode and my really bad introduction, but thank you so much. How are you?
I'm not it was a cracking introduction. I liked it. It was very unique. It's unique. That's what Thursday nights are all about with our lower league crew.
That is true.
I'm not doing too bad now. I've had a rough week, as you know. I came off the pod last week, and I was not well at all. So 3 days in bed. I have recovered though, and I have a cappuccino, so I'm going to get through this today. We're ready to go. And of course, making a debut. She's here on a Monday night to talk about England, to talk about whatever she wants to talk about. I don't really care. We can talk as long as it's football related, maybe not even football related. Talk about stuff. And I told her that I had a limerick, so that I have to go with the limerick for Claire. Holy smoke, it's Claire from Stockport. What she knows, can never be taught. Promotion chasing county, so you can shove your XG because Stockport ain't gonna get caught. Claire, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, not too bad.
XG is stupid, isn't it? I can't stand it.
Claire is not against XG and short corners are in your dislike column. And moths, of course.
And fist pumps.
Yeah.
It's a growing list this season.
I don't like much.
Especially Southgate ball. We'll come on to that later.
Yeah, there's a huge list when it comes to Southgate ball, I think, of dislikes. But and of course, there is, to make up this fantastic quartet, we have Lucas is here as well. And next week, Arteta faces off against Pep in a title race where you can't miss a step. Haaland or Saka, who will make it matter? Just blag it like we do with no prep. Lucas is here. How are you doing?
All good, mate. Thank you. Although, yeah, hopefully Saka's actually going to make that game.
Yeah, is he? I thought it was the old cheeky injury international pullout, but
I hope that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We will come on to a bit of Manchester City Arsenal because that is the big one around the corner. But we have to come to all these lovely people in the chat. We have going to the top. James, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. We have Malduke as well. Hello. Spenny fan Chris is with us. Another great weekend for Spenny Moore's men's and women's team winning. Lovely when your team's winning. Sean is here. Lower league on a Monday. I'm confused. We just jump around shows these days. There's no visas or registration issues.
Mix it up.
Yeah, exactly. We could turn up anywhere. Jen, hey besties, hello to you.
Sorry, it made me laugh at because Claire does. Where's Claire? She turns up anywhere.
It could be anywhere. Claire can be anywhere. Anthony's with us. He's straight into the England thing. James Trafford bought into the England squad over Jack Butler. Make it make sense, guys. Yeah, I mean, one of many bizarre decisions related to England and Southgate. Simon is here, evening gang, and we also have in the chat we have Wakey Mank. XG is the worst stat ever. There you go, agreeing with Claire on the shocking news of XG. And there we are. I think I've caught everybody. So it's Monday. We've had one England game so far on this international break that seems to, I don't know about you, the March one's always a bit of a dagger because we're really into that. We're ready to get into that last run of the league season and everything else like that. And we had England 0, Brazil 1 the other night. Shah, do you want to kick things off with England 0, Brazil 1, the bits you saw when you weren't asleep?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did fall asleep during this game, so I had to catch up with the highlights. Not like there was many highlights, but that's Gareth Southgate in general, isn't it? I wanted to really come on and be quite nice about it because obviously we've got to a semi-final, we've got to a final, but I can't be nice about Gareth Southgate and the football at the minute, because I just feel like we have got one of the best squads and the best bunch of young talent that we have had in years, or if not ever. And I just think we're not really doing much with it. But the game that I saw, I was a bit confused to start with the actual starting lineup. That baffled me a bit. I know obviously there's injuries, people have obviously pulled out as well, but that starting lineup didn't really excite me much. Conor Gallagher as well being one. That didn't really excite me, to be honest. I'm not a fan of his. No offense to him if he is watching. But the positives about it, to be fair, I thought Anthony Gordon did quite well. I just think he didn't really have any end product. That's obviously where we miss Harry Kane. Jude Bellingham, obviously, is Jude Bellingham. He plays really well wherever you put him. But I just feel like from an England perspective and Gareth Southgate, how can he make 11 individuals look so boring? I just don't get it. It is flat. It is really flat. And from the bits what I saw, yeah, it just bored me to sleep. I mean, I've been struggling to sleep for absolute months now. Like, I've tried everything, herbal teas, medication, but Southgate ball, and I'm in for it. Like, I felt the best nap of my life. So that's on loop, that's on record. But yeah, it's not good. And I just feel like it's so frustrating, because we all have our moments. Like, as a country, we all get hyped up for like the Euros and World Cup, no matter who's the manager and stuff. But I feel like I'm even more frustrated now, because we have got the squad there. We've got so much talent. We've got so many players in different positions as well. Like, if someone does get injured, we've got another person to step in. But I just really am getting frustrated with Southgate.
It's a friendly, of course. It's still, it's Brazil. Brazil always attracts a bit of attention that comes with it as well. But it wasn't a classic Brazil team. There was a lot of new faces in it from their side, so it wasn't. It just didn't. I just wasn't excited about it either. Just not excited about it in the kind of build-up previews. You said I'm really excited about the squad, but and I don't know what you thought of the game in general, Lucas. Where England are at the minute, it's a weird one. This one, because obviously there's a lot of players in there with a lot of eyes on different prizes. So I suppose it's kind of always going to be a little bit flat, wasn't it? But what did you think overall?
I didn't watch it. I'm going to be brutally honest. I didn't watch it. I have 100 things I'd rather do than watch England under Gareth Southgate, because it's a cure for insomnia, and I'm just kind of sick of it, to be honest. Sick of Twitter tacticos like bigging up Southgate and all the excuses for Southgate. None of them make any sense when people actually listen to what they're saying. I mean, I saw the highlights. I've at least done that, and even that was a slog to get through. But I really wanted to see it for Endrick's goal. It's just the same old. It's like nothing's changed, has it? It's the same old stuff. I mean, majority of that team that lined up were people who are going to start at the Euros. Like, let's be real. Like, this whole thing of we don't have squad depth. It's like Ben Chilwell is our only fit left back, natural left back at the moment. Declan Rice is our only DM. Really bad. You see, this is a situation we're in. But this is what happens when you have favourites and you keep playing the same set of players and you don't give it any chances to other people from different teams because they're in lower down in the Premier League, or they play in Italy, or they play in other countries. So, yeah, it's just, if people think we were going to be in for a shock for the Euros, because honestly, I could see us having a disaster at the Euros. I mean, luckily our group isn't that great, but if we had a few, decent also teams in there, I'd definitely consider us like just drawing our way out of it, because it's so bad. I mean, what's the excuse people say? Well, here's one of them. He's the best. He's got the best record for England manager since, who is it? Is it since 66? He's got the best record since 66. Have people actually looked at the teams that he's being at finals for that record? It's like Panama, like Colombia without James Rodriguez, who was player of the tournament. He was missing that game. And then when we come against Croatia, get knocked out. Next time around in 2020, Croatia, you could make a case. They didn't even get out of the group. So Croatia weren't exactly that great. And then people will say, well, Germany. Same Germany who didn't get out of the group in the following tournament with the exact same lineup. 2 years later. So this isn't Germany 10 years ago with Ozil and Prime Muller and, and Closer. This is Germany who couldn't even get out of group with Japan and Costa Rica. Was it Costa Rica? So let's just dispel that myth. Here's a record that people don't talk about. He has 2 wins in 27 games against top 10 sides. 2 in 27. I thought it was bad, but that's really bad.
How do you defend that?
This is people don't understand. It's like, as soon as we come up against a top side who are playing very well, we are not going to beat them. And it's been proven time after time again. So we'll do well in the group stage. We'll play like a down and out Portugal or someone like that who's not playing well. That's what happened. We'll get Portugal in the quarterfinal. They'll be awful. They'll have this Ronaldo problem. We'll beat them. And then it's like, oh, Portugal's another one. And then we come against France, a German side who are probably completely over the hump that they had over the last 3 years. That Germany team, I think they'd only won 3 games in 3 years or something, including friendlies. And then we just lose. So it's the same old nonsense. And then the other thing is pragmatism. This is a funny one. He's pragmatic. He's conservative. It's the English way. We have to be very defensively structured. That's how you win a tournament. I dare anyone to name one team who's won a World Cup or a Euros playing defensive football or conservative football, because I can't think of any. Definitely not any in my lifetime. And then secondly, I would understand that if those were your strengths. And I was saying that earlier, the best players in our team play for attacking, possession heavy, pressing systems. So when you're talking about conservative, you're really only, I know it's not even a shot, but you're only really talking about Rashford. Rashford can play in that system because Man United are effective in that system. So, Maguire. So it's are we really accommodating only Rashford and Maguire and maybe Luke Shaw? Harry Kane plays for Bayern Munich. They have probably 70% possession in every game they play in the Bundesliga. Jude Bellingham plays for Real Madrid. Saka plays for Arsenal. Foden plays for Man City. John Stones plays for Man City. Declan Rice plays for Arsenal. These are all teams who rely on having the ball and attacking their opponents. So why the hell would you go conservative? It makes no sense whatsoever. So what you're doing is just nullifying all of our best players. And that is my problem with Gareth Southgate. We're not going to win. And we're wasting, how many years have you been here? 8 years? It's 8 years which have been completely wasted, because this team on paper could win a tournament and no one would bat an eyelid, because there is some absolute quality in that team and they're gelling. So yeah, I honestly, the Euros, I'm not really, I'm excited for the tournament, but I'm just kind of it is what it is. I'm not as excited as I was with the last 2, where you were going into, you're oh, we've got a chance here. I'm looking at this, I'm with him as the manager, you know exactly how we're going to play, which means all the other teams know how exactly we're going to play. And it's just going to be the same old semi-final, quarter-final. That's it. As soon as we come against the top side, we're out. And look at that Brazil. I mean, Brazil. Just look at Brazil's team. Sure, everyone here saw Brazil in I don't know people's ages and stuff, but the 2000s at least. Everyone.
Ronaldinho, Kaká, Carlos, class everywhere.
Insane. R9, Rivaldo towards the end. Yeah. They got did you see the fullbacks they had in that team? I mean, it's just.
And we can't even score a goal against them. Or something between them as well. Exactly. The goalkeeper, they had 3 goalkeepers in the squad that never played a minute for Brazil. It's they're friendlies, but they're a chance for you to experiment. And whenever we ever experimented in friendlies, the only time we didn't experiment was in that game when he decided to go 4 at the back in the previous World Cup. So these are your chances to shoehorn a Tomori into the side, or a Mark Gahey, or players who can play a higher line and be a bit more progressive because they got the pace to catch up, instead of just sticking with what which hasn't worked. And I completely get, you do want to have some consistency, but if that consistency doesn't actually work in terms of getting you over the line, then try something else. And you've had 8 years to figure it out, and you've got a huge pool of talent there. Anyway, I'm rambling on for a bit because it's just very frustrating, but it's just the same old. And it's just if you go to one of these friendlies now, I feel for you, because it's not going to be entertaining. Definitely isn't. It is tough, and we'll go because there's quite a lot of people in the chat obviously want their say as well on the game and Southgate in general. So, Wakey Mank, Chilwell and Gallagher were awful during the game. Presenters and pundits always saying we have strength in depth. This game showed it. Simon comments as well about we got to a semi-final and a final, which any other manager would have won.
Exactly.
Jen's not excited in the slightest. Sean would rather watch Home Alone than stuff. I mean, to be fair, Home Alone's a film.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. That's disrespectful to Home Alone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic. Evening to Heather. Heather's joining us as well. Jen asks, do we need a bad Euros for him to be sad? I think it comes to its natural conclusion at the end of this. The only way I see he's going to be able to stay on is if he wins it. And it's looking... Yeah.
And fair enough if he does. No one's
and if he does, then everyone will go,
it.
Okay, fair enough. Have a go at the World Cup. Then you've bought that for yourself.
We were wrong. Anything, there you go.
Yeah.
Anything
I'd be worried though, Sam. I'd be worried if he doesn't win it though, because he might come to United. Because I know he's one of the names linked to United.
That's just
if that happens.
That is just. I'd rather have Ten Hag, wouldn't you?
Living with this at England, and you got Ten Hag, and what's the criticism? We haven't really got a style of play, or we don't know how to get the best. So we're going to go to tactical masterclass. What's the point of that?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I get what
it is really bad though, because I was going to say, like, anytime England used to play, like you said before, Lucas, sorry, I don't know anyone's ages, but as a kid, I used to be so excited to watch England playing. You had the likes of like Beckham and like Scholes, all that lot. They were brilliant, and they used to play a good style of football. Like, fair enough, there was some like stupid moments, like players kicking out and stuff like that, but it was always exciting. And games against Brazil, especially, they were always like a prestigious like game that you'd look forward to. And now, like Jen said, I just can't excite myself to watch England at all. I suppose like I get swept up in the World Cups and the Euros, but like qualifiers and friendlies, I genuinely just can't be bothered. Like, I watched the other day and I thought the defence was a sham. They look so shaky. So you said about playing to Maguire's strengths, but he was probably the worst of the lot, if I'm being honest. He looked like he was like walking on the moon or something. He couldn't put two steps in front of each other. But it's just such a negative style of play, and it's wasting talent. Like, I understand that obviously it's not lost that many games, but like you say, it's against shit teams, really. So it's just not good enough, and it's really bad that we've come to, like, not everyone, but the people that have the power have come to accept it, because they really are wasting a talent. You look, 10 years in the future, we'll be like, oh my God, how did we not win anything in those days? You feel like, okay, because it was Southgate's football.
Yeah, it's cost us. I think the problem was when he first came in, that first tournament was after we had some absolute shockers, didn't we? We had the Iceland debacle, didn't we, with Roy Hodgson, and we had so bad. And he came in, and one thing he is, I think, quite good at is getting kind of a group of lads together and kind of getting them to believe. He got that spirit back. He did get everybody behind them, but that's completely different to a tactical setup. And that's what kind of got him through that first tournament. I mean, we had the waistcoat and everyone kind of got behind it because we were anticipating nothing. We'd had nothing and we thought nothing's happening here. And all of a sudden we're in a semi-final against Croatia and we're 1-0 up after 5 minutes as well. So we kind of went out of that, went, well, missed opportunity in the semi, but how the hell did we even get there kind of thing? We weren't playing great football through that tournament. That brought in kind of the next one. And obviously we had the Euros in our own backyard. That was a massive, massive opportunity. And it comes down to how he's managed those games as well, on top of just generally. On both of those games, we were 1-0 up in, and he went pragmatic as hell, and we didn't have a shot on target in the rest of the game. Remember that one against Italy? The crowd was, the place was buzzing. Italy were all over the shop. That first 10 minutes, the intensity and then we sat off. And we let Italy get in the game, and we created that problem rather than go and kill them, go at them, because you've got a 1-0 lead. So what if they get back and you're 1-1 after 15, 20 minutes? The game's buzzing, the crowd are buzzing. It just doesn't kind of. But the problem is that the horse is bolted, isn't it? This is what we've got. This is what we've got coming up for this summer, and you're kind of hoping that the players can, despite the system they're in, be so talented with moments that we can do enough. And we do have players that can do that. There's so many of them. You do feel that Bellingham can have a game that can beat most sides, even some of the better sides in the world. But you just know that there's one or two of those seasoned pro teams that kill us at every time when you get to that quarter semi-final stage. They're just lying in wait for us. Anthony did say, actually, one defensive side, Lucas, Greece.
I just thought about that, but
okay. Not someone we should be aspiring to with our squad.
Yeah, I don't think Greece was definitely an anomaly, but I wouldn't say they didn't deserve to win the tournament, because I do remember at the time when they were playing, and they were playing very well. But I need to go back and check to see, because I don't remember them being. I remember them being defensively stable, but not necessarily conservative. I think they did actually give it a go in a lot of those games, which was the shock at the beginning, because they came out flying, and it was like, damn, Greece are pretty tough. But I had to go and check, because that might be the one. But again, that's an anomaly.
That's an anomaly. And
Greece
had a team that needed to play that. They didn't have Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Harry Kane. It's just
we've got, you know what it is with like Spain, Germany, Argentina, France. Everything is built around your best players. And it's like you don't need a tactician at international football. You don't, because yes, you're not going to have enough time to really implement a style. Rarities as things like Spain, but again, that entire team was Barcelona plus Real Madrid players sprinkled around it. It was Barcelona's system. Germany slightly different. Joachim Low had quite a lot of time with that team, so it looks like they've kind of gone for the Joachim Low model with England and Southgate style. But again, he got the best out of the best players in that team. When you're looking at it, this one, what other nation does not take their most creative player, who has won leagues and who's won a league and a Champions League in the last 3 years and plays for one of the best teams in England, and is statistically, and even when you watch him play, he is England's most creative player, and he doesn't get anywhere near that first team? Name another nation that has that. France are going to drop Griezmann. Like Argentina are going to take Messi out of the side, or even Di Maria, who's past it. Trent Alexander-Arnold is England's most creative player. It's just a fact. So he has to be in that team. And you build the team to nullify. You've got Declan Rice, so Declan Rice can cover Trent Alexander-Arnold's faults. There you go. Problem solved. Foden, Bellingham, Maddison on the edge, like Kane. There's got to be a way to get it. But these guys are serious talent when it comes to attacks. There has to be a way to do it. But even the Trent one just sums it up for me, because it's like, oh, he's defensively frail. And it's like, come on. Like, Argentina had Otamendi at centre back, and they won the World Cup. The system is built to get the best out of your best players. So everyone that's in there has a purpose. If Trent's your most creative player and Harry Kane's one of the best goal scorers in the planet right now, make a system that it allows Trent to create for Harry Kane. And on top of that, you've got Saka, Bellingham, and Foden as well. Very creative players. So it's madness. But no, we'll take Bellingham, one, if not the best player in the world right now, and we'll stick him next to Jordan Henderson.
Oh God! If Jordan Henderson starts that first flipping game, it's going to be just
it'll be meltdown.
As you said, just put Trent at right back, but then have him stepping into the midfield and have 3 that then sit as a 3, shift them along, and then get Trent on the ball, dictating play at the back, and then you've got Foden and Bellingham through the lines.
You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not telling Trent to do something he's never done before. He's literally doing that for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they have, because they've got McAllister, who isn't as defensively solid as Rice, who fills in the gap. You've got Endo now as well as a similar thing. So you just do the exact same thing with a better player in Declan Rice as a DM who can cover. And Saka's not going to help out defensively. It's just crazy, but it's just crazy.
It is crazy. We'll get some, because I know for the chat I've sort of got lots to sort of say on this. Heather says to take some Serena Whiteman of the women's team. Anthony says Ross Barkley could score a hat trick of naked overhead kicks and still not get picked for England squad. And that's a quote in itself. There's no doubt about that. You've got, of course, Josh joined us in the chat. Of course, he would love Southgate at United. But as Simon says, maybe Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool is the answer. I was going to say,
they're looking for someone.
Alonso goes Bayern Munich. Yeah, they got no choice.
could be the case. Spanish fan Chris says, since 66, England have done so poor in a lot of Euros World Cup. Southgate has at least got us to the semi-final. His final years ain't perfect at all. We've done something.
But he's bottled it. Yeah. He's bottled it. This is what's annoying.
Yeah.
Exactly. I get it, but
if you lose with grace, it would be a completely different conversation. If he actually made the right substitutions and he went for the win, I think people would be a bit more. You're in a semi-final. You've got to do something here. You can't leave your top goal scorer on the bench to the 85th minute. Like, what do you do?
I feel like arguments like yours, Chris, and obviously I respect your opinion, but I feel like that's half the problem because people are just accepting mediocrity and, you know, accepting it as the norm, but it shouldn't be. And the comparison between Wales and Scotland is a lot different because they don't have the same quality of player.
It's expectations, isn't it? You know, you go into a league season and you know if your side's in a league title or not, and that's the minute you think that, then your expectations changed. You know, and your team do, and Wales and that are not on that. You know, Scotland have been playing very well, and I think we'll have a decent Euros. Actually, I think that they might be a bit of a dark horse worry for a few teams early on, but they're not. You can't really compare the two, I don't think.
2010 World Cup South Africa, who won?
2010 was that the Germany-Argentina final? Is that good, sir?
That was Spain. That was 2014.
That's 2014. So this was what? Iniesta, was it?
South
2010?
Africa.
That was because it was when they did the 3 in a row.
Yeah, Iniesta versus
they did Euro World Cup. That was
when Netherlands kicked them off the park. Yeah.
Does anyone remember who the other teams in the semi-finals were?
Exactly. No.
98,
idea.
France 98, Brazil 02, Italy 06, Spain 2010, Germany 2014, France 2018. You remember the winners. You don't remember the semi. Like, no one's going to remember that in 20 years. Like, it doesn't. I don't even remember anyone from the semi-final in 1998. I was 5 years old, so
it's barely even the final.
Not a legacy. It's not a legacy to just be semi-finalists, and it doesn't work. Like, it only lasts for a little bit. It doesn't continue.
Yeah. What's frustrating as well is it's like people are accepting this about our country, but if it was their own team, say we were all talking about our own team who we support, we'd get frustrated with the manager and we'd call them out. We'd want them sacked. We'd want changes. 100%. So why should we accept it at international football, but then not accept it at club football?
We shouldn't. And do you know what? We had Simon Rusk as our manager for a while, and the relevance of that is we sacked him for playing basically Southgate style football. Yeah. And then guess what happened? He was recruited by England to be a set piece coach. And then when he
we'll take you over here.
When he left England, he's gone to Notts Forest to help them as a set piece coach. Like, and how shit are they?
You've even got like more. I think you've got more of a chance. Like, you've got more of an opportunity to rotate managers at international level more so than you do at club level, because, as we said, you don't have the opportunity of time. And if you're a manager at a club, you come in, you're with them like every other day minimum. Like, you're with the team 3-4 times a week, consistently getting your tactics across. You're picking players that you want to sign from a pool of the world, essentially, based on, you know, your scouting and your budget. So you can implement a system that you want to play very, I wouldn't say very quickly, but it's there and the plan can be laid out. So it's a lot harder to then scrap that and get a new manager in, and then you've got to replace the players. With international football, you've got the pool. Everyone knows the pool of players that are there. So you can rotate that a lot quicker because you're not going to be able to implement the tactics. You just got to go in there and you got to go, right, Harry Kane. How do we get Harry Kane to score as many goals as possible in this tournament? Or how do we get Jude Bellingham to score as many goals as possible? Right, we put him next to him. We put him next to him. We play this player here. He's playing better for his club, but he's more suited to getting the best out of a Bellingham. That's what you do. And then that's it. But Argentina literally is Argentina and France, the last two winners, like major winners. It's the blueprint. That Argentina squad, like Otamendi played centre back.
Nightmares in that Argentina team somehow.
Somehow got completely set up to play to get Messi working. They realized quickly Lautaro Martinez was smashing it for Inter Milan. They realized very quickly that with him in the side, they weren't getting the best out of Lionel Messi, and he wasn't finishing the chances. So what did they do? They dropped him. They brought Alvarez in, and then straight away they flew. How do we get Mbappe to completely destroy every right back that he comes up against at this tournament? We put Pogba and Kante in the middle, and we let Kante sit, and we get the ball to Pogba. Pogba goes straight over to Mbappe or Griezmann, and that's it. It's like it's not rocket science. It's just you have to just do it. Like, yes, you can be conservative up to a point. Like, I'm not going to say you don't have to play defensive. You can do that, but once it gets to the knockouts, like you've got to try and win. Like, you just have to, especially 100%. From like the semi-final onwards. Like, you have to win.
It must be like really shit for the players to motivate themselves as well. Like,
especially if you're playing attacking football week in, week out, and then you come to this and you're like,
What's going on?
I want to take this player on, but I've been told to, pass it back and just wait. And yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's there's pros and cons for it. I think I get what Chris was saying. Like, there's pros and cons for it, but it's the one thing you got to say is he getting the best out of the best players in that team? And everyone is going to agree no. So there you go.
100%. And you've got to think as well, to play that style of football, you have to be consistently good at it. So if you're not consistently good at it, then people won't accept it. And there's your issue.
Definitely.
When this is it, they've not been playing that well over the friendlies. It's always difficult in these friendly periods. You get a couple of games stop, but there's just no momentum in the way that we're playing. So to suddenly think that they're going to rock up, and because it's the end of the season, and there will be an element of, there will be players obviously this week. I can't imagine without looking forward to this England game, if they're truly honest, because there's massive. They're all in the Premier League title race. Most of that squad, if you're a City, Arsenal, there's a massive game next week. There's no doubt they've got one eye on that. So until you get to the end of the season, and we've been so far, touch wood, quite fortunate with injuries. There's none of the players seem like at the moment that there's nothing major, so they should be. Even the ones that are kind of out, people like Trent, who weren't in the squad this time, should be back by the end of the season. So left backs may be the only position we haven't got anything for, but the squad's just so good. It's just so good, and it should just be used so much better. It's just the sum of all parts is just utterly poop at the moment. But let's see what everybody else is saying. So Jenny's still confused how Henderson even made the team. Yeah, let's be as well. The Kobbie Mainoo call-up was not because he called up Kobbie Mainoo. It was because Jordan Henderson pulled out. That was what caused the Kobbie Mainoo call-up. It wasn't a Jordan Henderson. The waking Kobbie Mainoo is overtaken in Henderson in the team at 18 years old. Simon will never get anywhere with people thinking getting to semi-final and final is a big achievement. Josh is a Welshman. If you didn't know, Josh is a Welshman. He totally expects and has no issue with England fans being unhappy. I think you'd be crazy if you wanted to keep him. Of course, Wales have a massive clash coming up tomorrow. Poland, the mighty Poland, for a place for their Euros, and we'll see what happens with that tomorrow night. Heather mentions, Ben White. Obviously, there's the issue that Ben White didn't want to stay, whether that's something we start to see from more players down the line. Anthony says, you're spot on, Shah, spot on. Liverpool were very vocal with Gillett and Hits, weren't making a competitive team. Now they're competing every year in every trophy. You have to have the standards. You really do have to have the standards.
I think as well, because English football as a whole now, like you see, was it the under 21s who won something? It was the youngsters anyway. You've got the women's teams winning stuff as well. So it's the men's team. And I feel like English football is on a high at the minute, and we've got this bunch of talent, but we just need to utilise them in the right way, because we could do really well, because we've, no matter where you're looking at, whether it is the youngsters, whether it is the women, whether it is this squad now we're talking about, we've got a lot of talent. We're probably not gonna get this again in I don't know how many years, but it's a young bunch of talent as well. And if we can get them playing, I know obviously you've got the likes of Jordan Henderson, you've got the likes of Harry Kane, who obviously are getting older now, and obviously they will at some point come to the end of it. But a lot of this squad we've got are very young players, and we could really, if we get the right manager, they could go on and win things, and they could push for stuff for quite a long time. And then you've got the youngsters coming through as well.
I think that's a good point, because the main one is Harry. I know I take the piss out of him all the time, but it's Harry Kane. But he is a brilliant footballer.
Yeah.
He's just, he's yet to actually win something and translate it, but it will come at Bayern. If not this year, it will come. But he's 30, turning 30 this year, I think so.
Yeah.
About that,
30s, yeah. So he's not necessarily relied on pace. I think he can play quite late in his career because he's in the Bundesliga. But you've got him for this tournament. You've got him for the World Cup. After that,
could be it.
The next one, that could be it, really. And the issue with that is we really haven't got anyone of that level coming. Tony and Watkins are the two backups. Watkins is 28? So he's not a young up and coming. So by the time Harry Kane's ready to not start or can't start games 90 minutes, Watkins is going to be in his 30s. And Ivan Toney would just have 10-30, and we don't know what could happen. We don't know what's going to happen there. So we haven't got. Is there any young striker we're looking at going, he's the next England? I mean, but yeah, well, There was one, but yeah, but
named,
obviously, he should not be named was probably the next one that they were looking at. But yeah, I mean, there's no one. There's no one coming through. So when you're looking at that, that's a big thing to miss in your team, like not having a top striker, or oh god. But even him, he's 27. Like,
yeah,
these guys, the guys who are the backups, they're not young. Like, they're not going to be in their. They might be towards the end of their careers when they get a chance to start. Like, there's no one under the age of 25 you're looking at as an English striker who you're going, this is the replacement for Kane. So we kind of have to. We've got this one and the World Cup to really give it a go with the best of this golden generation, because he's going to leave a big gap.
It's a massive gap. Josh is jumping in early with Dan's at Liverpool, but I don't imagine that there's a Darwin Núñez ahead of him, isn't there? That's not going to keep.
I've seen that guy on Football Manager. He's terrible.
Exactly, and Football Manager told us about Endrick as well. So this is it. Football Manager was bang on this week with his predictions. So Harry Kane. Yeah, Harry Kane's a big one. Talking of, say, for this tournament and looking at the squad, is there? Who's in your guys' squad? Is there anybody at the minute that you think should be, shouldn't be in there? Or I know we probably agree on one or two that shouldn't be there, but is there any kind of surprise names that you'd like to see that aren't currently in the squad that you'd like to get a chance this summer?
I agree with Lucas with Trent.
Trent
massively.
Trent has to
go. Got to be there.
Yeah.
Has to.
And he has to use him. Because has Trent gone to one tournament so far?
He was injured for one, wasn't he? He was injured for the
last one, maybe? Yeah, he was injured for the Euros.
The Euros.
I know he was injured for the World. Did he go to the World Cup?
I think he missed the home one, didn't he? I think he went to the World Cup.
Yeah, he was. He was on the bench for the World Cup. Yeah, I think you're right. The Euros he missed, but yeah, and he didn't use him. So I think he played in like the third game once we were through the group. He played in that last one, the pointless one. So like, yeah, Trent has to go. Don't you dare take Conor Gallagher on that flight.
No.
Don't you dare. And
that three doesn't work. It doesn't work. I know he wants some industry in there, but it just doesn't. You can't have that. Because also Rice is more progressive than he was as well, wasn't he? So you need a different type of midfielder in there. That three, get that midfield three right, you might actually fix a lot of the nonsense.
Yeah. Don't take Calvin Phillips either.
No.
Take Mainu. Take him.
Yeah, the thing is with him as well, like, it's raw, it's young, it's
unpredictable.
And it's from Stockport.
Just for that, we need to take him.
But he's unpredictable. He plays without fear as well, and we don't have many players in that position. I mean, but like, no one's telling you to start him. Like, start Rice, and
Foden's got to go,
doesn't it? Foden has to go. I think Foden has to start, but I just don't think Southgate has a way to get the best out of Foden. So I'm kind of like, we're going to end up with either Rashford, or if Jack Grealish is fit, I'd start him on that left. But don't take Sterling. I'm not taking Raheem Sterling.
No, not Sterling. Not so. Cole Palmer's got to be in there as well for me.
100%. Yeah,
he could offer a few things.
Madison as well. Madison has to go.
You've got Madison there. Madison's certainly
so much
in there.
Attacking talent.
It's just how we'll fit it all in.
Would you take Bowen?
We don't have any other. Actually, this is where it's tricky because you've got Bowen, Saka, and Palmer, haven't you now?
Yeah.
He's probably on the cusp, isn't he? He's going to look at. It's going to come down to numbers. I think the question will come down to how many strikers he takes as well. Because is he going to take three? If he only needs one, is he going to take Kane, Watkins, and Tony? Because you're probably going to have to sacrifice a wide player if you do
I think Tony misses out, and I think he only needs to take two, because Bellingham, if worse comes to worse, Bellingham can do. He's doing it in Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But again, Southgate's not going to be able to do that. That's the problem. If worse comes to worse and Watkins and Kane are like have a knock or whatever it is, he's going to be clueless. Whereas it's like you've got Jude Bellingham, who was literally doing all the goal scoring for Real Madrid. So there's a way. The kid knows how to score goals. Just figure it out. But yeah, Madison, Foden would be the 2-10 options, no? Or no, it'd be Madison, Foden, and Bellingham.
That then should give you enough, shouldn't it? I mean, I'm looking at some of the other odds and names they've got around midfield.
Rashford and Grealish on the left. So Rashford and Grealish is pretty much cemented for the left. Or Grealish is a question mark, but if he's back, I think you have to take him.
If he's back, he's probably there. He's more likely to go than probably Anthony Gordon, isn't he? In that kind of left role. You've got someone like Eberechi Eze is probably on the cusp. If you're looking at midfield as well, when's Curtis Jones back? How long's he out for?
Oh, to be fair, if we need another 8, I'd rather take Curtis Jones than Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
But the problem is now we have to play with one. Can Southgate do play one DM? Because you could play Rice, Bellingham, and Foden as your 3.
Play Rice more progressively like Arsenal, but surely he's looked at the way Arteta's used Jorginho with Rice and thought, actually, do I want that from Rice rather than what Rice has been doing for England in the past?
Up and down, or you do Rice and Mainu, which they would complement each other perfectly. But it's just not gonna.
Josh's comment, sorry.
Just a second, yeah.
Don't.
I think it's Heather put Grealish and Mason Mount if fit.
Right, I love Mason Mount, but no.
He stays
you know how much I love him, but no, he has to stay at home.
Reece James stays at home as well for me.
Yeah, Reece James
is not the same player. Chilwell should be staying at home, but we've got no. Is Luke Shaw going to be back?
Apparently, he's just coming back soon to training, but again, he's broken down 3 times already this season. I have no idea what shape he's going to be in come the summer because he's had 3 separate injuries this season.
Here's a controversial one: Wan-Bissaka.
He did a good job at left back the other day.
I think if you come up against France,
or
you come up against you do it, because you got the best 1v1 defender in the league. You don't need to start him, but it's your trump card. If you go we've got or any hot winger who just comes out of at the tournament who's just a problem, because there is always a few who are just this is a problem. You throw him on.
To be fair, he's never, when United have asked him to do that, he's never let us down. It's never
exactly.
He's done jobs.
He's told to just do that.
He had a really good game with Salah last week. He's been, and he is. If you give him a man, he will follow him to the tee. And he's got a decent defence alongside him that can, John Stones, you can kind of pull him about and tell him where to be.
This is where it doesn't make sense, because if you want to play conservative football, then why the hell don't you take the best 1v1 defender in the league? It's just, there's so many holes in it. And it's and then people will go, well, he's not good going forward. And it's well, what does it matter if you're playing conservative, pragmatic football then about going forward?
You don't
just stick him there and let him defend. You don't need him to do that, right?
And that's the point where you've got these attacking qualities at the other end. You don't always need every player to have both capabilities, do you?
It doesn't add up at all. But yeah, I would, if Wan-Bissaka could do a job at left back, I'd take him over Chilwell. I'm not even going to lie. And I don't think Wan-Bissaka is great overall. But look, if we need to lock down the winger in those latter stages, and we've got Wan-Bissaka, that's you're right. It's a trump card.
I think he's most likely to switch Trippier over there again as well. He likes that trick, doesn't he?
I think Trippier has to go because he's versatile and his free kick and his set pieces. But my word, he has dropped off this season.
Yeah.
And so if you're
I'm looking at him like, we are in trouble, aren't we? Here?
Another Trent Alexander-Arnold argument, isn't it? It's, we've got a bloke there.
That left-hand side really concerns me now. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, Glenn's so angry about that left-hand side.
And he's in that comment. Wakey man.
Every time Mason Mount is mentioned, Shah turns red. Yeah.
Well, if we've got Ben Chilwell and Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side,
nothing's happening down the left. Yeah,
nothing's happening. But also defensively, we are in trouble because Rashford's not going to trot back, and Chilwell is a shambles. So it's that left-hand side is definitely a weakness, which means Rice is going to have to go on that side, which means you end up a bit lopsided. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think Wan-Bissaka and Kobbie Mainoo would be the. Wan-Bissaka is just not going to happen, but I'd honestly rate it if he just went, Wan-Bissaka get in some of these friendlies and give it a go, but he's not gonna.
No, he's not. I mean, to be fair, Wan-Bissaka, it was only his first game back since his injury, so he probably was just kind of recovering kind of himself. But
and what a game back though against.
You're in trouble if you're calling up on Man United squad to come and save the day in the Euro this season. I'm telling you.
That's what I mean. First game back, and he's playing left back. I think people don't give him enough credit when it's due Wan-Bissaka at all.
No, I saw a lot of stuff, particularly after the Salah game, and United fans were going in heavy about the whole pocket in Salah and all the rest of it. But and Salah, Salah scored, but nothing to do with Wan-Bissaka. It was a deflection off. Kept him quiet. I've not seen Salah that quiet against United.
And he was playing left back. First game back from injury, he's playing on the other side.
On the other side,
on his wrong foot, up against the best winger in the league.
But probably suits quite nice actually. That left footer coming inside, he's excellent. Gets that spider tack around. He's the man. I do want to go as well because there was a lot of chat a little bit while ago on the one thing we haven't touched on in the squad yet: goalkeepers. What do we feel about what's the situation? Who should be our goalkeeper? He's going to be out partying in May, isn't he?
I don't like him, but Pickford's not giving me a reason to doubt him. Yeah, I think Pickford's a safe choice.
To be fair, he's had a decent season. I think it's one of his better seasons for Everton.
Yeah, he's not. Well. Last couple, I think he has been all right for Everton.
Never let England down.
Before. No, and he's not. He doesn't make me feel. He doesn't make me feel nervous when he's playing in England. Maguire, like you could say, okay, he's not really letting, but he always makes you feel nervous. There are those elements where he doesn't misplace passes.
He had one the other night.
Yeah, exactly. And at a tournament, so it's like Pickford is solid for England and consistent. He's not shaky. Maguire is shaky, but he's solid, but he's still a bit shaky at times, which is why I think the Maguire argument falls flat because he doesn't make you feel, and it leaks through to the players as well. But I think Pickford. It's just the other two, isn't it? Pope, I've always been a fan of Nick Pope, but again, injuries and he's not been too great. So it's not going to be Ramsdale, and I wouldn't take Ramsdale either. So who have you got? I keep thinking Flecken is English, but he's Dutch. Because I was like, Flecken's having a good season, even though Brentford again.
It's obviously there's Trafford who people are mentioning, isn't there? There's Butland who's at Rangers at the minute. People
Johnston.
Butland.
Sam Johnston.
Yeah. Johnston, yeah.
Yeah, Johnston's
probably
one.
Go,
when I had a look, I think Johnston he's only had one less.
He ranks quite high.
I think.
Yeah.
He ranks quite high in the stats. I haven't watched many Palestinians, but he does rank. They did say he ranks quite high in the stats for saves and stuff. So Johnson's got to go, and then the third one is open for.
Claire's having a moment.
They're testing the Twitch guidelines there.
I just had to go and change my socks. I've spilled my drink all over.
You don't get this on a Thursday, Lucas. This is every Thursday. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, who would you all play on the left though?
What on left back?
Who would you play as the three behind? I guess everyone is saying Saka and Bellingham is just like everyone's like agreed on that.
You got to have Saka.
Have you got any other names?
Yeah,
Saka Bellingham. You need someone.
The left is
you can't start Rashford. You can't start Rashford in a game where you need him to track back. That's just not an option at the moment. He might get some game time in the groups because the teams I think we're playing are kind of Denmark. So they're teams that are going to sit in, aren't they? We're going to have possession.
Yeah.
But he's not been breaking. I mean, look at his stats are dreadful this season. He's not been breaking teams down. You'd be better off having Cole Palmer out there, having him drifting maybe. Work out where you're going to play Foden. That's the other thing. Could you play Foden off the left? I don't know because
he's done it at times, but it's like
there's no natural fit.
You've got Foden, Palmer, Grealish. Grealish is the only natural fit.
Grealish is a natural fit, and he's not. I don't know what's going on with him. Is he injured?
I don't know how that works with. But to be fair, in the group stages when you need to break teams down, Jack Grealish is perfect.
You need different solutions in tournaments and breaking teams down. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And even if Grealish is someone you chuck on, we saw it in the Euros the other 20 minutes of Jack Grealish.
Problems,
free kicks all over the place. So
yeah,
you maybe have that.
Which
left back,
we don't have Trent on the pitch to take. So yeah.
As long as they don't start putting Harry Kane on set pieces again.
It's all a matter, isn't it, of just getting your chance and taking it, really. Because, like, when Rashford made his debut for United, he was just about to come on loan to Stockport in their National League North.
He was, yeah.
Really?
Mental. Yeah.
That would have been a joke if you said.
If that had happened, chances are he probably wouldn't have even started for United.
No.
So I think you've just got to take the chances you got. Like Jude Bellingham wears Louis Barry pajamas to bed.
Get Louis there. He'll be ready. He's at a breast.
They are mates, and he does wear Louis Barry pajamas.
I know. There's other it's tricky, isn't it? But that left-hand side is open for debate. And then so is the fullbacks as well. Is not really set.
Yeah, I think Foden really should. Is Sam frozen or is he?
He's the best player. Yeah, he's frozen.
He
looks so happy with life.
This happened last Monday as well.
If I was to freeze. I'd want to freeze like that. Is how like. I think Foden on the left, really.
Yeah.
And someone with a bit of pace.
I can't not look at him now.
Someone screenshot it. Yeah, some pace. Oh, he's gone.
Oh no. What do we do?
He's disappeared. He'll be back.
Should we sing?
Oh, it's just so frustrating, though, isn't it? So
Exactly
frustrating
that.
with Southgate. So frustrating.
Tell you what, though, like how well did Wales do the other day? All right, it's back now. We can say
I'm back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Talking about that, how well did Wales do the other day?
Do you know what?
We swapped places.
You can do the hosting, Claire. It's easy. So you'd be great as a host, I reckon.
If I had to freeze, I said it to Lucas and Shah, I'd want to freeze exactly how you froze because you were grinning. You're like this.
Was that like a, if you die, you want to go happy kind of moment? It was like, oh, he's enjoyed himself. At least he's having a great time. Right, where do we get to? Have we done England? Are we happy? Anything else to add on England?
Just sort it out, Southgate. Just
sort it out.
Play to the strengths.
2.5 months. Sort it out. That's what we want.
I'd be so happy if I woke up tomorrow and it's like, I've had enough of it. I want to rest.
I would be happy about that. But who would we? All right, then. Just really quickly. Sorry, Sam. Who would we want as next England manager? Like
Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
I'm Eddie Howe as well.
Option, I think.
Definitely
I think that's
Eddie
the natural option.
Yeah, or Eddie Howe.
Potter's the other one, but I'm not sure. I trust Eddie Howe more in a knockout game than Graham Potter.
Yeah.
I think Eddie Howe's got the man management. He's got game management as well. I think very well, and I think he's not a massive tactician, but he gets the best out of his best players. Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon. Yeah, he sets it up to get the best out of them. And I just think as well, I love the fact that he's a bit of a shithouse as well. And I think in an international tournament, especially the World Cup, you need that. I think that would help us a lot having that. We're too nice.
There we go. There was a lot of agreement for Eddie. Eddie for Heather in the chat. Jen, definitely Heather. Definitely Eddie. Let us know in the chat if there's anyone else you're thinking of for England manager that's out there. I think the days of our... do you remember when we had Sam Allardyce before the Notts? He was the one before Southgate, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He's the best manager since '66. Sorry, not Southgate. Sam Allardyce got 100% record.
He did. What a shambles that was.
I wonder how he would have done.
Yeah, I always think about that as well, because I do think he would have done all right,
I reckon a tournament under Big Sam would have been a hell of a lot of fun. And then he would have taken, as you said, talk about shithousery, we'd have been different. They wouldn't have been able to cope with us. The levels of our shithousery in that tournament, they'd have never seen the like.
The best. It's my favourite thing in football, shithousing. I just love it. I'm such a fan.
Gets it done.
Yeah.
It gets the job done. So England, we'll see. We'll quickly say, Wales beating Poland. Are Wales going to make the Euros?
They have to win one more or something.
Yeah, they got
it's the qualifiers for the teams who finished third, isn't it?
They've got a good chance, I suppose, but
Wales, Poland, that's it. That's the final. Whoever wins that goes.
There's 3 different games. There's Ukraine, Finland, Poland, Wales, and I want to say Georgia, Greece, I think is the other one.
I think
Norway not qualify.
You think the thing that should count in their favour is that it's in Wales, so they'll have really good backing.
Yeah. They're just in a bit of a tricky period, Wales, aren't they? With post Bale and Ramsey.
Yeah.
You'd hope that that would do the business for them at home. We will see. Wakey Mount fancies a bit of Ange in charge of. I think he's with Tottenham for the foreseeable. I think for the moment, we'll see. We'll see what happens elsewhere in terms of the Euros. Other nations that worry or you think might be a threat. France is obviously the obvious one. Who else apart from the main names? Who don't you want to come up against in the summer?
Germany.
Germany.
Oh, they're going to want to hurt. They want to hurt us, don't they?
Revenge and at home. We do not want that game. And Nagelsmann is, that's a tactician right there. And it's taken him a while, but I think he knows what he wants to do. So home turf as well, they're going to be a problem. But France, you never want to come up. I don't know.
I don't want Portugal. Portugal wine.
There's
so much history with Portugal.
Can you imagine Ronaldo knocking us out with his only goal of the tournament?
Imagine you all if Bruno Fernandes.
Oh my God.
Imagine the slander next season of Bruno.
Oh, that would be worse. Yeah, actually, I'll take Ronaldo over Bruno knocking us out.
No, Ronaldo's CD is weird. Is strange.
It would be horrible, but I do kind of just love Ronaldo. So I'm not too far.
I used to
despise Bruno.
I had an experience with him in a bar.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
This sounds like an exclusive coming out here, Claire.
It was in his first spell at United, and I have a very, very attractive friend that he had his eye on, and he sent over a bottle of champagne with 4 glasses. Obviously for my friend because there was 4 of us. And it had milk in it. He'd thrown away the champagne and put milk in it, and then he came over and was like, as if it was like a massive talking point.
I was not expecting that to go that way.
I have the real deal. I was just sat there like,
how have you not sold this story to the Mirror or the Daily Mail? This is gold.
Be interested in that.
We need an all about Claire episode.
We do.
Not like
these absolute gold mines that you're sitting on.
Funny. Milk.
I love that.
Met Ronaldo in a bar.
Wait,
just brought me a...
Did he just ask the bar? So he asked the poor bartender had to pour out the champagne and then pour milk into it.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Weird guy.
Like really, like so weird. How's that a chat up?
I tell you what, if Mason Mount did it for me, I'd take it.
Semi-skim, thanks, Mace.
Whole milk semi-skim, skimmed. I like semi-skim, but whatever he's offering. Oat milk, anything.
Bit of Mason.
Sounded bad, Dan,
Mason milk. Mason milk.
I know.
Kieran said,
calm down now.
What have I just listened to? Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, what have I just witnessed? I don't think he thought he was dead clever, and I was sat there in the background scowling like, you just wasted a bottle of champagne, mate. I could have drunk that.
There we go. Another Claire gem from the story archives. Join on Thursday for another one of those. Cristiano Ronaldo, look at that. I've got any on a Messi on the other side. Bumped into him in a bar in Buenos Aires when he was a kid. He's a milk drinker. Messi's a milk drinker, nowhere. There we go. So international football, there we go. I think we're done with international football. Should we have a little return to the Premier League before it comes back next week? Because what's going on? We'll talk about the big fixture and then we'll have a look at some of the other what's going on. Arsenal, Manchester City's happening. It's a big game. We're going to go to the man who's waiting for it, ready for it, prepared for it. Is it happening? Is it happening at the Etihad for Arsenal?
This game? No, I don't think it is. I think the best we get is a draw. But I don't really have a good feeling about it. We could definitely hurt Man City. Like defensively, they're a bit shambolic, but I don't see us going to the Etihad and beating them. But if we do, that has to be the league for us. Has to be.
It's that when you beat them earlier in the season, that was your first one since 2015 or something crazy, wasn't it? First win, but this is the one, isn't it? This is the one where you go. We're here.
Do you reckon whoever? I know there's a lot of things that can happen, but do you reckon whoever wins that is going to go on and win the league? Because I do.
See, I think Liverpool is still there. Fixture wise, even if we beat them, we've got to go to Brighton, Wolves, Spurs and Old Trafford, which are 4 very tough. Those are our remaining away games. And on top of that, we've got to play Chelsea and Villa at home as well. So six of our 8 games are, then the only other 2 are Bournemouth. Sorry, Heather, but Bournemouth aren't going to stop us winning the league at the Emirates. That's just not going to happen. And then Everton So we got, those are the 2 games where it's like, that's guaranteed 3 points. Like, come on. Those other ones, Brighton and Wolves are both fighting for European football. Also, Brighton have got a decent record against us. So they're a problem. Wolves,
Sounds
I think,
like
paper,
excuses though, Lucas. If you want to win the league,
no, it's just the reality.
You have to have confidence.
Absolutely not. I did that last season. I was burnt, so I'm going back to the old me. I'm not doing that again until we lift the trophy. I'm not believing
managing your expectations.
Yeah, I just think even if we do win it, I just think those remaining games, those are tough. Those are some really tough games. Man City, I think the only game when you look at remaining is like they got Arsenal and then Spurs away. Outside of that, you're looking at Man City's fixtures and you're going, are they really going to drop points here in the title race? Same with Liverpool. They got United and Chelsea, I think it is, or Man City have got Chelsea. Then Liverpool go to Old Trafford, right?
Yeah, they do.
That's it.
I don't think the FA Cup one's going to help us there.
No.
I think
it's not going to happen twice.
Reverse now because we're not going to do the same thing again, and they're going to be even more gunning than they were before. So that's a real tricky one. Liverpool's games they've got to go to us. In terms of away fixtures, they've got Villa away towards one, but from the end of the season they've got Tottenham at home. So Everton away, Fulham away, Sheffield United at home.
Look at that. Like, are they really dropping points in any of those games? Maybe the Old Trafford one's the only one I'm looking at. I think they beat Villa away from that. Villa are all over the place, even though they have, Champions League spot to fight for.
There you go. Heather's coming back in the chat. Do you remember last year it was close? We now someone to go on the 97th minute, not going to happen every time. It's just laying it down.
It sounds bad, but I think if we win, it's still not over. Man City, 4 points ahead of Man City, but Liverpool were there. I think if Man City beat us, get the 3 points. I don't know if we catch them.
I think a winner puts a favourite down. I think it stamps a favourite. If it's a draw, I think all 3 results everyone will lean towards a favourite. If it's a draw, people will lean at Liverpool. If City win, people will go, well, here we go.
Yeah,
and if Arsenal win, people will go, holy moly, they mean business. So I do think all three
games,
results,
isn't it? Yeah.
all 3 results will be seen very different ways.
It changes the favourite completely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you all think, neutrals?
I think Arsenal are going to win it.
I think Arsenal.
Interesting.
I think Lucas doesn't want to hear that though, because he needs to manage the expectations a bit better.
All right. What if Saka's not fit? See, therein lies the problem. One player.
I tell you what, it is good as a neutral for it to be so open rather than someone running away with it. Like 3 teams to be in it is, it's good. And to be honest, you guys have made me be interested in Premier League football because I didn't watch it for years. So yeah, it's nice to watch from an outside perspective. I do think if my stepdad had succeeded in making me a City fan, my life would be a lot simpler as a football fan.
Claire, never say that. Never say that. Don't wish your life away.
I used to think that, right? I used to think that with Chelsea.
You could be empty with nothing inside.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, all of our rivals have a part to play in this remaining as well. Like this thing is 3 teams in it. Man United are playing Liverpool and Arsenal at home, so they have a big say in this. Tottenham are playing Man City and us at home, so Tottenham have a big say in it. And let's be real, going to White Hart Lane when we're about to win with 3 games left, and we could win the league.
Oh, they'd love that.
That's not a nice fixture to come up against. Chelsea have got a hand in this as well. So all the rivals are also involved in this. This is what makes things even more interesting. I mean, it's nervous for us, but it's like, all of the teams that hate us and the bit of rivalries, they all have a say in this title race now because we're all playing them.
It's huge. And you and City both have huge Champions League games coming up as well. While Liverpool are in a bit more of a cakewalk in the Europa League in a minute.
I think we've got Brighton away, Bayern at home, Villa at home, and then Bayern away, and then Chelsea at home. So it's like we're playing teams who are going to give it, like Villa and Chelsea either side of Bayern.
It's no rest spot.
Not what you want to do. Yeah, it's no rest because both fighting for something. The thing, all these teams are fighting for something, whereas European football is. Chelsea win their 2 games in hand. They're right behind United. Can you imagine Chelsea just sneak into that 5th Champions League spot after all of this?
just who knows the way the season's
going.
going.
It's making me feel nervous now. I don't want to talk about it. Can we talk about Southgate?
yeah, let's go back to that. No, I think we're eight ahead of Chelsea. They've got one game in hand on us. They can get to five behind it, but we have got to play Chelsea again. We got some shocking.
Oh,
games,
that was it. Yeah, I was including it. So if they beat you, and then they'll be
they beat us,
behind.
and so from our side, we're looking at it going. We've got to play Liverpool and Arsenal. We're going to absolutely be all guns out because they cannot drop a point. So not good for us to be.
I think it's like every remaining weekend now is just going to be huge.
Massive games. No one's going to be able to drop anything. No one is going to be able to drop anything. It'd be nice to see it go to. I mean, imagine having a three-way team final day would be pretty. Where you've all literally got a realistic shot, and it's jumping back and forth. It gets to goal difference or something crazy, and it's like goal there, goal there, goal there.
You know, I don't want that. We're playing Sean Dyche. He is.
He's going to shut that down.
10 at the back.
He is going to shut that down.
But Liverpool, everyone's so focused on this. I think it plays into Klopp's hands because Klopp's looking at this and going draw. And they got Brighton. Is it?
They've got. I forget they get because it's a nice little. Yeah, it's a nice. I can't remember who it was. They got Brighton on Sunday before you play.
Brighton.
So they'll be thinking that's a little bit because they want to get. If you suddenly go into that game, if they drop points and then they're watching yours, I can't see them dropping at home to Brighton. And it's for them. It's a good narrative to take the spin away from last weekend's FA Cup. So they're going to be like, right, we win here, pressure on those guys. Whatever the result,
we have
they
to
win.
Get 3 points, don't we? Yeah, because both of us we can't settle for a draw because bloody Liverpool are ahead now.
Yeah,
so it's just like even that. 3 teams just makes it so tricky to manage.
It is really, really tight. It's an exciting title race. It's not the greatest 3 teams from my perspective, if I'm honest. But
well, who did you say you would pick? Arsenal, right? Would be the one you pick.
You are the best option of the 3 for me. Yeah.
Can we have a guard of honor at Old Trafford?
Can you have guard of honor? You can slip on the pitch if you like. We'll special for you as you come out the tunnel.
They would do that though, wouldn't they? Because it's like the gentleman thing to do.
It's happened before.
We did it at Bournemouth, right? Wouldn't we?
I think we had to do it against City. I think once.
We'd have to win it with 2 games to go, basically, to get a guard of honor at Old Trafford.
Imagine though, how sweet.
We'll have one in here. We'll have one in here and get Josh on.
Yes, please.
Please do. We'll have a party for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who else could win? Who else could win promotion? I mean, not. I'm not talking about Premier League, but you could have other people from the podcast whose teams have gone up, and then get Josh to host it.
Not us.
You could the awards night. The awards night for winners is Claire collects a promotion medal, and and maybe for Sunderland's women, and Lucas picks up the Premier League. I pick up an FA Cup, and he sits there with his EFL Cup medal in the corner. It is a trophy. It is a trophy. We care about it now.
I'm gonna nick it off him. I'm gonna thieve it.
Charles is going to be there with the new investor money, just chucking it up.
Billionaire over here.
Happy days. Right, before we go, let's just have a little look at what other games are in the Premier League this weekend. So we've done the coverage.
Someone mentioned about the deductions as well, because those teams all got something to play.
Oh, yeah. Deductions,
We've
that's
got
all crazy.
Luton off to see.
Luton's going to be a toughie for
you. Could escape, yeah. We're at home, but those kind of teams, they need to do this do or die now.
It's massive for them. So we've got lunchtime kickoff weekend. We've got Newcastle versus West Ham. West Ham are picking up a little bit.
That'd be a good one.
That could be a bit tasty. Then you've got Bournemouth against Everton. You've got
again
Chelsea Burnley.
Oh God, unlucky Burnley.
Huge one for Forest. Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. That'll be one they're probably thinking they need something out of. Sheffield United Fulham. Away win seems to be the way of Sheffield United. Tottenham Luton.
Got to look at that.
If they're going to do it,
Tottenham are going to.
Tottenham are. They lost last week as well, didn't they? So they're going to be
bounce back.
Villa versus Wolves. Wolves is depleted as well, and they're going to the Coventry knock out of the FA Cup.
When I mentioned Wolves, Neto and Hwang are basically out for the season. So Wolves aren't. There's nothing on top anymore.
Yeah, we'll see what. Mr. Luke's joining in. Yeah, who's winning the FA Trophy in relief. Simon says we're not picking up the FA Cup, Sam. Of course, the obligatory Coventry.
No, Coventry
FA
come
Cup
on.
reference. To be fair, if Coventry lift, it means they've beaten Man City, which is even more impressive than beating us. So fair play to you.
This is true.
Aston Villa versus Wolves. Yeah, so that's a.
Yeah, Villa will probably have that.
They draw points the other week as well. They need to start laying it down.
They
They're
were
getting
embarrassed
caught a little bit. Yeah. Brentford, Manchester United. It's the sort of place that we'll go to and stink the place out.
Blows my mind that Brentford are in the Premier League. Just blows my mind.
I mean, they're in trouble. They're definitely in trouble.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like they're recovering anytime soon as well. They are. There's the Burnley on the weekend.
I think Mbuemo's just about to come back, so it'll be interesting to see him and Tony
United rocking up. Here you go, 3 points.
This is the one that double Scotty injury time. This was earlier in the season.
Don't Maupay play for them?
No,
there we go.
Of course he's going to score, isn't he? Yeah, it'll be him. Be off his backside. And then we've got Liverpool, Brighton, and we've got Manchester City versus Arsenal. So
man, on the bank holiday weekend as well.
On Sunday,
yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Super
There's
Sunday.
fixtures all weekend.
Yeah, get your Easter eggs in. And then you've got full league program on Friday and Monday as well, haven't you? I think.
This weekend is actually my first drink of 2024 as well. So
go on, Lucas.
No funny business, Arsenal. Yeah, exactly. I will. So yeah, if Arsenal do the madness, I will be getting a crate in, sitting on the sofa, my belly out, just watching reruns of the Invincible season, crying.
I'm going to Forest Green on Friday, and I don't even want to look at how far away it is.
They're in trouble as well, right? Forest Green.
Oh,
yeah, but they're picking up wins.
Bellerin, go on, Bellerin. Is he still part owner?
Who?
Hector Bellerin. I thought he was part owner of Forest Green Rovers.
Oh, really? Don't know. Someone just said the owner's a freak.
Well, Bellerin, yeah, that probably makes sense.
Is it not called like Vince something? Vince.
There's a load of random owners. The thing I keep forgetting, Michael B. Jordan owns part owner of Bournemouth as well.
Really?
He might be a part. Yeah, owner. I'm having a look. Hector Bellerin with his Poirot moustache.
Is he part owner or is he part? Oh, is he a shareholder? Like, there's something. He's definitely got some investment in Forest Green Rovers.
Nothing's coming through. Is he still playing? He's still at Betis. Yeah, I think just Bellerin. That's a hell of a. There's nothing in here about Forest Green that I can see.
Yeah, he's the second largest shareholder.
Where is he? It's not. Oh no, here we are. Yeah, second largest shareholder.
Part of the board.
Since September, he praised their commitments to veganism and environmentalism. There you go.
Of course, he did.
That Dale Vince, who's the biggest shareholder, is weird. Did
he send you a champagne bowl with milk as well?
No, he's the one who funds that Just Stop Oil, isn't he? And he's makes all his
oh, they're connected to Forest Green
vegan diets. Yeah, it's all vegan.
Everything the essence of what they're saying is completely spot on. It's just when you stop people going to work, you're never going to win. Yeah, when you stop people going to work and getting to work late, you're never going to, no matter what your cause is, you're just going to piss people off more. You've lost the people instantly, yeah.
You're massively out.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
So Forest Green on Friday, and then what you got on Monday? Do you ever play on Saturday these days, Claire? Literally every day I have a look at and stop playing a game.
Yeah, we played on Saturday, didn't we? Yeah, we played Saturday night. It was on TV. A nice 5-0 win over the fake Milton Keynes. We play sugar. Is it Wimbledon on Monday at home?
Yes, you do.
And I've got a fight on my hands for Wrexham tickets tomorrow.
That's last day, isn't it, Wrexham?
Do they sell out like every game now, Wrexham?
Yeah. It's the week of my 21st birthday when we play Wrexham as well.
Oh.
I would love to see them come straight up to the Prem back to back. There's a chance they could. Right? Aren't they like 4? Oh, they're your rival. Sorry, I don't know the rivalries down in the lower leagues. I just see Ryan Reynolds.
This could be for promotion clash. That's good. Well, you'll
I'm
be
a big
there.
fan of Deadpool.
You'll be there.
Big fan of Deadpool.
Bloody hope so. We were top of that league for 4 months, man.
Tension of a race. Points are being dropped everywhere, though. You never know.
I know. That's it. It's exciting in every single league, probably apart from League One, maybe Portsmouth are flying out.
Championship is not really at the top. I mean, the fact that
because Leeds went top.
Just like
yeah,
it's like those two are definitely getting first and second, and then everyone's just got hope Ipswich do get it over the line.
It's looking tight. I think just
or Coventry again. Why not?
Coventry maybe. Talking to Coventry, Simon says, I think Forest Green wants to build a wooden stadium as well. That's a great health and safety idea, isn't it? I can't see
that's just
not being an issue.
No, but apparently it was some kind of like safe firewood kind of.
I can't catch this.
Fire wood and flammable wood. They found a new forest.
Like
it's crazy.
It's a nut job in here.
Wasn't it? Yeah, he certainly is. Heather says, hope Pompey Cup and the Scums stay down. Heather, that is down here in the south. That's
is this
outrageous. Southampton are known as Scummers and Portsmouth are known as Skates. Skates and Scummers. It's all to do with fish and the docks, basically. Fish-related abuse.
Oh, so now your nickname shouldn't be Up the FM Ducks. It should be Up the Fish.
After scummy fish. No, I stay out of that. Southampton and Portsmouth, they can have it. Watch from afar and stay out of town. That's the plan, because that may well happen next year.
Closes the bid.
She don't want to stay with us.
It's time to end,
She's
time to end the show.
All
right, that's it. That's the end.
That's it. Claire's gone. There's nothing more to talk about. We're done. I think we are done. There's just one more in the chat. Well. Mr. Luke, we've got Rochdale on Friday. It might be the Fall Anatomy and Char, whoever loses.
It might be in luck, to be fair, as well, because Kean Hayes went off with a knee injury.
Oh, no.
So I know, but Devante Rodney is on form, and we've won 3 out of 3. That's a record, I think, this season for us. So come on.
This is it. It's happening.
Millionaire money, remember.
Investments coming in. You got form coming all over the place. It's just the dream is on.
Big Jimmy McNulty.
Big Jim is going to do the business. There was no European football either, so we are pretty much done. Claire is. Oh, she's back. No, she's not back. She's back. No, she's not back. She's teasing us. She's teasing us. Well, shall we? Let's have a little look at before we go. Let's chuck the socials up, and then we'll do it in reverse this week. So, thank you all for joining us for Monday. Of course, isn't our only podcast this week. We have Wednesday with our WSL and Women's Championship show, where they're going to be talking, I think, as well about Women's League Cup as well. There's a lot that they're going to cover on there. On Thursdays as well, Charles Rowdy Rabble will be talking the lower league, EFL and National League, all stuff ahead of Easter. Claire's back. Hey. Oh, I can hear myself. I'm on the telly. I can hear myself in Claire's living room.
Oh, do you know what it is? One sec.
We're fixing it. I'll crack on more like. There we go. I was going to say, I didn't like listening to myself, just like chatting. This is what everyone else must have to put up with every week when I'm on. So we are on many other socials. On Twitter, we're at Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube, Absolute Football Podcast, as well as Twitch. On TikTok, at Absolute Football Pod. I will start doing some stuff back on there, hopefully this week. On Insta and on Threads, Absolute Football Podcast _. And on Facebook, the Absolute Football Podcast. So there we go indeed. And thank you to everybody for joining us this week. Charlotte, where can everybody find you and all the stuff you're doing up to over Easter?
Yeah, so I am most active on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok now as well. I've been trying to upload some clips from the podcast on there. So that is Shah XREFC. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HDT. And then obviously you can catch me on Thursday, and I'm hoping to get the introduction right this time. It was a bit of a nightmare last time, but I think it made a lot of people laugh. So you can catch me.
There you go for Claire, where Shari is, and Claire's she's now bottom left here. We've switched the wingers over. This is what you do. This is how you do it, Southgate. We're just fluid as we go through the show. No one's got any positions. Claire, where can everybody find you?
I'm in my house.
Did your house?
You can find me on Twitter, Claire_Jeffs, and I also do the Hatters Hangout. I think it's Hatters_Hangout on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock. So yeah, Thursdays 8:30 with Shah. Shah's Jazz.
That's on Thursday. They will be back. Looking forward to that. There will be a new Where's Claire soon. I'm just working on it. It's more of a longer project. So the only hint I'll give you is WWE 2K24. That's all I'm going to say.
What's WWE?
Wrestling.
Wait and see. And of course, the man himself, Mr. Lucas. Where can everybody find more of you?
Find me on Twitch and TikTok at Crab Jibble. Definitely check out TikTok. I'm trying to get my followers up on there.
I'll follow you.
Hope you like Football Manager content.
There you go. Claire. You'll be on Football
There'll be
Manager.
some other niches coming soon, maybe.
Southgate rants in the summer, maybe.
No, I really want to start a film TikTok, but I'm just figuring out the time to do it with like film recommendations and things like that.
That'd be good.
Because I'm a big
girly ones.
Film. Yeah, we'll have all the rom-coms in there. Don't worry. I'm actually a big fan of rom-coms. Some of them.
I'm sold, Lucas.
I'll have a segment on best rom-com. It's mainly because my cousins when I was younger, my cousins who were like my age were all girls. So whenever it came to picking films, I'd be like, "Oh, I want to watch Batman," and they'd be like, "No, we're watching The Hot Chick and Mean Girls." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, fine. I'm outnumbered." So I ended up just having to watch loads of these rom-coms in the early 2000s. And actually, after a while, I was like, "Yeah, these are quite funny. I quite enjoy these. So why not?"
Okay, absolute pictures with Lucas coming soon. And that's all, folks. We've reached the end of the show. Thanks for everybody for joining us in the chat as well. I'm not going to say to us. I just don't want to miss everybody. So thank you to everybody. It does make the show fantastic when you're all in the chat coming back and forth with us. And do join us on Wednesday. Do join us on Thursday. Have a fantastic week, whatever you're doing, and a great Easter, and eat loads of chocolate and do double-cross buns and stuff. And whatever you do at Easter.
First drink of 2024.
And drink with Lucas on Sunday, whatever the result. There you go. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.